Okay, everybody, it's a happy Aloha Friday here on the live Twitch stream. Of course, if you're seeing this on YouTube, it's not a live Twitch stream anymore. It's a VOD that I transferred onto the YouTube channel. But I got a really super cool group of did I say group? Already starting with the bangers with my brain cells not firing. Super cool group of people here in the chat. I've got fully loaded list of music to play. From anime to metal to classical to some jazz, some punk, video games, all kinds of fun stuff. And of course, a little wheel of cheese later. And outside of that, I'm ready to go. And just in case you're not familiar just with how it works, if you ever make it to Twitch, you put your name on a list, the list with the song that you want, and then I spin a wheel of cheese. If you get it, I listen to your music. If you decide you want to pop a little dono in there and shove it up in the list, that definitely helps too. All right, guys, let's do this. Our first track is going to come from Makuzia. Makuzia, are you here? By chance, I have not seen you pop up. But if not, he knows to go to the YouTube VOD channel. So, hang on for 1 second. I think something may have just happened. No, sorry. I just want to check something. Let's see, the age indicators are not right today. Okay, no problem, AA. Sorry, that was my one of 4 mods that keep me on track and everything else on track. AA, thank you so much for that. All right, here we go. This is from Makuzia as our first one. Makuzia, thank you. Like usual, thank you so much for your generous bag of coffee, if you will. And this track is called, it comes from The Witcher 3. Oh, that's right, it's a video game. Hearts of Stone. You guys ready for this? The video game world? Here we go. Stand by, I gotta flip the scene. All right, here we go. No, it's not. That's not where we go. Press the wrong button. You guys know me and pressing the wrong buttons. I end up streaming, walking away from my stream thinking I ended it and I'm picking my nose or picking my nose. Here we go. Already dark and menacing. That low insidious note, just an octave lower, but with the pulling vowels of like a single bass male vocal. Great sounding storm drums. I love the unison in the melody. Now we're like with this second tenors. In the key of Tool. I take it that would be the key of D. little bit of that sound design with the wind in the background adds a little extra depth of soul sucking. The opening of the track, you know, obviously with it established that lower drone, but there were some kind of ooh-ahs that it sounded like there was a little bit of a flange on a single vocal that gave it even a little bit more of an insidious burn. I don't know what the name of the instrument is, that string instrument. I can't pin it because, as you guys know, I'm not an ethnomusicologist. But that kind of, the sound of that instrument does in of itself, as beautiful as it is, in the context of how the composer established the bottom end darkness, did kind of feel like this constant little chill down your spines in a darker kind of way. Then what he did, which was very unique, was there was a little bit of a string, soft string entrance that kind of took a little bit of that sting away. It was still in kind of a macabre, dark vibe in the voicings of it in that arrangement. It just kind of gave us just a little bit of like a cushion, a cushion to the burn, if you would. And then, of course, when the storm drums came in, and then there was a little bit of a ostinato that was going on there. Then the melody takes over with that string instrument again, and what was it, the vocals, I think? And I think that's where Amon came in and said that this was part of the leitmotif. So I don't recognize it, so I can't call it. And then it took us to this big high until all of a sudden they just laid us off again. Now, I don't know if this is the main theme, so apparently this is something that plays during when the game sets up, I guess, and it's either maybe taking you through a cutscene of an opening theme. I'm not too sure how that works, but it did sound like it was score-oriented. So in other words, a complete piece of music that didn't have a loop point for a gameplay or something like that. But it was dark. It was dark the way I needed my morning to start. Dark, Makuzia, no. It was a nice, powerful track without overproduction and over-arrangement, you know, and that's another thing that I enjoyed about it too. Didn't have to get too big to emphasize the power of it when the storm drums and stuff came in. So, yeah. All right, this next track coming up, first of all, Ginger, hi, how are you, Ming? Thank you very much for this bag of coffee. Now, this particular track that he wants me to listen to has some things on it that we just elected not to show. He was great, and so are the mods telling me, hey, there might be some boo-boos in there. So I've just elected what we're going to do is I'm just going to listen to it without, you know, showing it. So this next one is for you, Ginger. Here comes your track. Yeah, it has. See what Ginger's saying? It has that and over there. So, you know, we just elected to just kind of Kairu, for God's sakes. Ah, that's hilarious. Okay. Hang on for a second. I just got a message from my gang here. Stand by for 1 second. Okay, yes, I refreshed the back end. Refreshing all day. As a matter of fact, what I'll do is I will refresh the browser. Okay. All right, so now this is Ginger's track coming up, so I'm just gonna pop it up here. And oh, by the way, it's an anime called Billion, not like billion like dollars, but Billian. And the name of the now, of course, you guys could always check out the track on your own. And I think I can have 1 a.m. could at least put the link to the video in there. So if you're curious of what it is that Ginger may have given me. So here we go. Are you guys ready? I'm going to flip the camera first. And you got, once again, you won't see it, but stand by. Let's get back to me for a second. I mean, because it's always about me. I'm kidding. All right, guys, here we go. We're just doing a listen on this, no video. Let's do it. course, you know I'm watching it. Ooh, warning, flashing images. A little bit of a know-nothing start yet. Bunch of credits. It's an homage to Evangelion. Oh, 1 a.m. I blew it, sorry. Ginger, I take it this is a remake of sorts? Oh, you just answered it when I said it. Okay, thank you. Wow, this is a trippy section. This is pretty fried EDM work. A lot of flashy stuff going on. Yeah, there's those dubstep elements there, those. It's pretty insane tones. There's a billion edits in this video. Lisa's also got some spangle in there, yeah? God, those dubstep undertones are ginormous. There's so much editing going on. Fried shards in there, man. So percussive. They laid up a lot on the, the heavy crushing dark synth kind of dubstep stuff for a minute. See, I love that background vocal arrangements. Oh, I like this. I like how they're bringing us down. There it is. This is really nice, this section right here. I like them sneaking in right there. That little dubstep warble bottom end. Should happen again, I think. There it is. Oh, wow. Sorry, I'm watching the video, man. How sad. Kind of bummer. Animes can be so intense, can't they? Can I tell you something, Oh, there it is, it's over now. I have to say, I have never sat down and watched an anime. I think I've watched some clips on YouTube. One time I looked up anime on Prime to see if there was anything there, and I couldn't find anything. I wanted to get an authentic experience. I didn't know if they had any on Prime. Anyhow, Ginger, this was a really, really super unique piece of work, and I guess it was kind of an ode to, paying tribute to the movie, from what I can understand, and then pulling all these clips in there. I think, if I understood that correctly. Like some folks on the stream had mentioned as well, is there was a lot of that bottom end, kind of a dubstep and a whole nother genre of EDM I didn't have any idea it existed. Was it Jungle Fry or something like that? But there was a lot of edginess to that track. But this last 4 minutes, so I kind of, since I was watching the video, because remember I was saying the video's moving too fast for me, and so I had to kind of close my eyes and just listen to music. And at that point, when I made that decision, is when it all really iced out. And it's almost as if the movie kind of played in a 10-minute period. You know, I got an essence, I got a taste of it and stuff. So, yeah, another one is the break beat. You know, I still, you know, break beat, drum and bass, jungle rhythms, rave, house, so many different styles. I can't. But I have to admit, one of the things I do like out of all of them is that jungle beat style, or the jungle rhythm, you know. You can have a lot of fun with that. But Ginger, I thought this was a great track, and it was a wonderful listen, and it really put me in a space too. You know, I found myself kind of drifting because it started off the way it did and how it pulled into those longer arrangements at the end. I was able to just kind of chill and relax. So it was a tribute to the entire universe of Evangelion. Well, oh no. Construction guys are starting to chainsaw the trees next door. You guys can't hear that, can you? Can you guys hear it? You don't hear anything? Okay, good. That means my gate is working. That means Snake helped me set my gate. Okay, good. All right, good. Literally, they're right over here cutting shit down. Hala. They're putting up a new wall. So they had to clear stuff. Okay, great. Only when I speak it leaks in, huh? Then I will shut up. Okay, next on up is Lisa. Lisa Chase Wolf. This is a band. Hi, Lisa. How are you? I think you've brought LC Yeen through before. Wasn't that you, if I am being correct? Please inform me. This is a track called 24-bit Karat Gold Dabs. Something like it is. Everybody, please. How many of First of all, how many do we have in the chat, by the way? I don't have my numbers posted. Somebody want to let me go really quick and tell me while I sip my coffee? I just want everybody in the chat to know there's 81 people here. Wonderful. And I feel blessed for each and every one of you guys. But I want you guys to know that I get the most excited when people come here, they hang out, and they share their music too. So this track is Lisa Chase Wolf. This is her band, her project. And so let's give her a real quick how's it, and you know, let's go ahead and bring it through our esteemed community. The concept. Okay, it's a concept album, and the meandering melodies are often a setup, callback to previous and future tracks. Okay. Major key bass harmonies, dabs down. Oh, okay. All right, here we go, guys. Let's listen to one of our own. Yes, one of our own. Let's do this. All right. Lisa, you ready? Lisa, you ready? Lisa, you ready? Here we go. Love that little pad you got going back there. I love that over-chorusy EP you got going on there. Love the little arpeggiation of the stereo imaged arpeggiation. That little I really love where you have the bass sitting in there. So abstract. It's got a little bit of an acid jazz flair to it. What are you using for a bass sound? I like you coming in on the and on that bass. Nice chord change, yeah. Made me go, hey. As well, the meandering of the piano playing too. I mean, it's, oh God, I love that chord change when you hit that. It throws me so in such a space. guess you switched up the piano sound and it's kind of more of an upright right there, yeah? The Speedy Fade. Hey, everybody, that was our very own Lisa here in the chat. And that was really so fun and laid, very molasses-y. That's not a word, but, you know, molasses-like. And the thing is much like molasses, some, you know, if molasses is dripping down, some will drip a little faster, some will drip a little slower. It still gets to the same place. And I the way I'm saying that is that there was this just kind of hands-on vibe with the bass work, hands-on vibe with the piano work. So, of course, you know, the loop was keeping us squared off and stuff, but that kind of super laid back and drifty performance and stuff just made it all so much more approachable, other than everything being quantized off and everything. I love the fact that I take it, Lisa, are you a bass player? Is that your first instrument? Only because the only reason why I ask is because it is so forward and it has such a presence in the mix, which you did a really good job, because that's a beast to handle, that bottom end. You know, that it could pull from the sensation, not necessarily from the tone. If you're looking at a spectral analyzer or something like that, you know, you could sit there and you can gauge and you can sculpt it. But it didn't overpower the rest of the mix, or consequentially pull away from the rest of it, where me as the listener was listening to it and really kind of just enveloped in it. But guitar, piano, and bass in that particular order. That was really super cool, Lisa. Everybody listen, Lisa's, she doesn't have her own channel per se. She just has this here on her topic. I guess the comments are off, but it doesn't mean you can't go over there and just say, hey, really quick, and hit that like button. Ding, 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 ding. So thank you so much for sharing that with us, Lisa. Really, that's super cool that you do that. Jake and Vienna, how are you? Where have you been? Sorry. All right. Let's see what we got going on here. Now, first of all, now I'm going to go into, is Fash Demented here first? You sent me a message about this being just a part of a progressive track, and he may not want it to be, or know if it should have been broken up, kind of a thing. So what I'm going to do, Fash, if you're not here, it doesn't look like you are, I'm going to skip over this for right now until I get back to you in Discord, and we'll talk about what it is you'd like for me to do. Because I'm that kind of guy. So you're in the hub here, and I will reach out to you in Discord, and then we'll sew this up together, because I like the fact that you have respect in keeping a piece connected, you know, and that you only had just this little piece, but you wanted to talk about this. So I'm going to circle back to you, Fash, because I'm going to. Next up is Da Peebs. Da Peebs. Are you anywhere here, Da Peebs? This is a band called Glassjaw. So let's see what we got here from Glassjaw, the Beebs. Where is it? Hang on for a second. Trailer Park Jesus. No, it's Trailer Park Jesus. I'm sorry. Time to get canceled. Let's go.
Put the needle to the record and hit me with your style. Soon enough I'll learn to unload my mouth. Can you say it's getting blacker? The vibe up in this place when I displace what made me turn my face. Can't wait.
I was waiting for this. All right, I felt it.
It was quite a dirty habit. When the last thing I do has a swine slew down Martyr Avenue in my driftwood or Hosanna, a knee deep in disease. I'm the body laid anonymously on the beach, girl. On the beach.
Couple things I want to say. Love the engineering of the drums. It's in your face. It's not intrusive. You have the feeling that they're playing in a room right in front of you. There's not a lot of compression going on there. Love the sound of the kick. Second thing, so it opens up with these more, there is one chord that at least gives you an idea of where the melody, what key the melody is coming from. But it's very sparse and wide open, a lot of space. What I love about that is that even if you're not a musician, this strum's open over here on this side, and then this does a little noodling here. But you have the sense, without even knowing, that there's something that's keeping you in sonically here, which would be da, 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 da. They constantly kind of ring through. So even like coming out of this power punchy hook that we just heard, where all the guitars and the power came in, now they dropped off to literally for the first, I think, couple of bars into the verse before they came back in. That kind of sits and rinses with us already. Those notes are kind of built into the experience without having to hear it. And that's what I love that's happening with this track with me. I don't know if it's just me, but I'm just now noticing the congas in the background. That's it. I was trying to figure out what the voice reminded me of. Claudio from Coheed Cambria. Something else that was intriguing for me about this track was there was always this very high, way up there on the fret, noodling that was going on in the arrangements, and started off sparse and was a lot more present towards the end. And I found that really unique because it really kind of maintained, if you're looking at tones from beetle fart to dog whistle, outside of the cymbals and stuff, there was a lot of support and heaviness throughout the track, the big crunchy, guitars when the hook came in. His voice didn't go extraordinarily up octaves and stuff, so those melodies, he performed more powerfully in his hook. But having that secondary needling arrangement in the background had a hook element for me too, even though I wasn't able to really pick a repetitive pattern out of that. I thought it was really unique and lent to kind of like the, I don't know, maybe it has something to do with the instability of the lyrics or something like that, kind of a drift. But I was killing me because I was like, God, what does he sound like? And for me, he sounded a lot like Claudio from Coheed and Cambria. Maybe not in the super higher voices, but when Claudio sings the lower register, kind of had that same vibe. But that was Trailer Park Jesus. And it's by the band Glassjaw. Okay. All right, next up is Park Pal. We have something here called Arcade Fire. Park Pal, is that a game? I cannot tell. Neon Bible is the name of the track. This is from Park Pal. Oh, it's a band. I'm sorry, you said it right here. It says right here. They're from Quebec. Okay, great. Sorry. Since AA added the messaging thing now, I should click on it, read it, then ask if there's any more information that I need from it. All right, guys, let's do this for Park Pal. Let's go. All right.
My body is a cage that keeps me from dancing with the one I love, but my mind holds the key. My body is a cage that keeps me from dancing with the one I love, but my mind holds the key. I'm standing on the stage of fear and self-doubt. It's a hollow play, but they'll clap anyway. My body is a cage that keeps me from dancing with the one I love, but my mind holds the key. You're standing next to me. My mind holds the key. I'm living in an age that calls darkness light. Though my language is dead, still the shapes fill my head. I'm living in an age whose name
I love how they did that transition from
the fear keeps
two different organs.
and still my heart beats so slow. My body is a cage that keeps me from dancing with the one I love, but my mind holds the key. You're standing next to me. My mind holds the key.
It's actually lifting a little gospel-ish. Maybe it's being influenced by the church of recording it at. Has a little Pink Floyd to it. Ooh, super nice, authentic cathedral kind of vibe to it. You know, there's tons of reverb plugins out there that try to, you know, mimic the cathedral sound, but really don't quite get it. At least, actually, we were hearing one there, legit. It seemed like. I really enjoyed how they, when it comes to the organ that came in, the very first iteration of the organ that came in was a very kind of closed up vibe, and what I mean by that is it was the stereo imaging wasn't, you know, as gnarly as and as full as we heard when all the plugs are pulled. As I like to say, all the stops are jacked, and it kind of the organ sound started a little kind of clotted, if you would, and started to grow as the power kicked in, and as soon as the stops were being pushed or pulled, stops. Also looked like, I don't know how or what it was. If they apparently they leased the church or they bought the church. Did it come with the organ, or you know how that was all recorded? Apparently it was turned into a recording studio. As a matter of fact, it almost sounded like the snare was recorded probably in its own track. I can't imagine if it was recorded all at once, but that the snare sound was almost all overheads and not a direct mic. It kind of had that wide vibe. The only reason why I wouldn't be too sure, but I'm going to take an engineering guess that if there was overhead mics for the drums, but everything was being played live at once, and that overpowering sound of the organ would have taken over all of the ambiance. Yeah, that was my glow on that. That was a really super trippy track. But in my mind, since you told me that it was a church, I was imagining kind of like how Zeppelin did what they did. What was it called? Headley Grange? Headley Grange, I think is what it was. Where they decided to rent it, record it, all do it in there. Many bands have done that, you know. But that was a good track. I fuzzed on that track. That's what I call more organ. And of course there was the vocals that came on behind it. There was one thing. At one point, did you see me go? I was thinking maybe there was like a weird horn, or maybe one French horn off in the distance. But it sounded like they may have overdubbed just a little bit of a synth line somewhere that had kind of a horn vibe. But then I was seeing in the stereo imaging a little bit of a phase going on like this. So excuse me. So yep, super mahalo for that, Park Pal. I really appreciate that. Next up, Socialex Gutik. Oh, it does have horn players. Okay, then that's what I heard. It was very back in there, but okay, good. At least my brain wasn't sieved. So Socialex Gutik, how are ya? So this is yours, pal. This is a band called Botch. I believe this is a metal track according to the... Oops, I fully blew it to the inscription. So, and the name of the track is Japam with an M at the end. All right, so Cal, you ready? Uh-oh. If Amon comes in and goes, oh, hell yeah. 90s hardcore. Are we in for this one, guys? Okay. All right. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. I don't know. Here we go. Everybody says it's a banger. Let's do this. Listen to that bass. Love that riff, man. I love that. God, that bass tone. Oh, they gave us just a little bit of that sizzle of the bass at the end. They could have clipped that, but they didn't. They wanted to give us some of that joy. Such a pristine mix. There was no early reflection on anything. Everything was based on the direct signal flow. And so in other words, there was no tail off of anything on the guitars. I think there was a little bit of something going on in the bass, but outside of some like early reflection ambiance or something like that, I so loved the mix on it. And with the mix on it too, because it had this powerful, clean vibe to it, I love the fact that they were able to go stereo image and double up on the darker parts of the vocals. So there was still the primary vocal that was down the middle, but the answer backs or some of the ones that were kind of like in unison with more of the chunkiness of what I believe was a hook was absolutely crystal clean. There was no mucky, no muddiness of that whatsoever. But that bass tone was just mental, you know. And then there was something else that I heard a couple times where I got a little, huh? Drummers are so good. I think with my 70s drummer's brain, and I know that drumming now is a whole different world. But there's that time when the China is going, and a couple times I heard some like, you know, while this is still going, and then it just dawned on me that there's so much talent out there, and there's so many great drummers that you can actually pull a fill like that with one hand. You know, kind of coming up, you know, kind of like the blast beat style, you know. So, yeah, I've never heard of Botched whatsoever, but this is definitely going to get cut and put on the Decomposer Lounge for sure. Thank you very much for that. Next up, Double A parachuting in with the funk. What the funk is going on? Oh, they're from Tacoma. Wait. Okay, for a second, I had to think about it for a second. Tacoma's in Washington. Okay, that's right. Okay, sorry. Thanks for bringing that in, SoCal. Okay, next one up is from Double A. This is he's going to give us the funk, guys. Double A is giving us the funk. A gentleman named Sam Greenfield. So Mr. Sam Greenfield is going to be entertaining us here in the Avocado Show. This one is called Kidz Bop. So maybe this is funky for kids as they bop. Let's find out what we got here. Anytime I process any kind of request from Double A, I just have no idea what's going to come at me. There's just no. Let me see. This is the second track in a concept album, which flows all together. It starts and ends rather abruptly. Also, Richard is a member of a band you've reviewed before. Well, you're going to have to tell me what it is. All right, let's do this. Oh, I'm sorry. I clicked the wrong thing. Woo, that was close. Sorry. I clicked the wrong thing to read at it. Just bear with me, guys. I'm on brand, right? Like 1 a.m. and all those guys say, oh, it's George. He's on brand. Now I got the right one. Okay, Kidz Bop from Sam Greenfield. Let's just go. I shall shut up. Shut the uppie. Sorry. Guy apparently wore all green. I hear another, but I see one keyboardist. This definitely has kind of like 70s game show, you know, cruisy vibe. That's not a cut down to it. That's when real music was played live and you felt it. That could be like Sanford and Sons and Taxi, you know. I'm sorry, that's just where I'm pulling. Oh, trombone man, let's go. Oh, great horn arrangements. What a great sound just for 4 brass players. love the jazz chording organs in the back as well. Bass and the drums are locked in so well. I love the rhythm guitar working there. Ooh, in one breath, yay. Ooh, that was hard. Wow. Trumpet player nailed it. A little personality in the session there. Oh, I love what the drummer is doing there. Oh, what he did. There it is again. Boom, 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 boom. Bass player's having the best time ever. Everyone's like, my turn. No, my turn. Everybody jump in, free for all. Everybody's loading it up. Everybody go in. Brilliant. How's that guy's green suit? I need one of those. I should do a stream in one of those. Actually, the mods and I talked about that once. That was great. I loved so much about that. That is such an uplifting, thing for me to watch with you guys here on the stream is when we have live musicians doing a live session like that. And we get to experience that because we're in such a, different world right now. Sure, we have the world to choose from in music and stuff like that, but that feeling of actually sitting in front of a band like that. I used to go to a little place in Studio City called the Baked Potato. It's been there forever, the Last Supper, and I see some incredible musicians there. And there's such a difference with this little intimate sound and being right there and listening to these people. And then the next day, they're playing it like the Hollywood Bowl, but they didn't tell anybody. They're jumping into the Baked Potato to play a little session with some of their friends and stuff with the horn player and this and the other thing. There's something about that still I'm really nostalgic for. Seeing them in a studio setup. I look around at the mics that they've got set up and stuff like that. It's really super fun. The arrangements on this were fantastic. I love the brass section on this. There was only just, there was, what was it? It was trumpet, saxophone, trombone, and I think, was it a baritone sax? I forgot. But it was engineered so well that there wasn't that kind of thinned out vibe. So, yeah, horns could be a mess sometimes because created harmonics and tones and stuff. The keyboardist, God bless her, man, she was cranking, but I could have swore I heard like another pad behind it where I'm looking at her playing in unison and stuff, and I could have swore I heard something holding down. And then, of course, when the solo kicks in, that trumpet player was just kicking ass and taking no hostages. Big breaths, good lines that were just like, a couple times I thought he's going to make it, he's going to make it. And then, but through his solo, though, I love the organ work in the background, that kind of pseudo jazz vibe. But everybody crushed it on there. Bass player was having the best time ever. The rhythm guy was just cruising. There was just kind of like this between the bass, rhythm guitar player, and the drummer. They were kind of not their own world, but they were definitely jamming on their own tracks. And I don't mean tracks like 13, 14, 15, 16, train, you know, kind of parallel jam. But yeah, that I loved it. And then of course, you know, put on a full body green suit, and there you have it. You have a video. So double A, Jiminy Crickety Bee. Thank you so much, man. Look at my smile. I can't wipe the smile off my face. So yeah. Okay, we're still working donos. By the way, I just want to check real quick. Did Fash Demented drop by yet? I have him on a hold pattern here on the donos because just in case you do, Fash, I'm going to, you know, as I mentioned before. I already mentioned it, but I just wanted to check if you were in the house. Okay, not here. Okay, thank you, 1AM. I guess you can figure out how to do that, right? Mods, I guess you can tell who's. I don't know. Let me just stick to what I do. I'll leave that stuff to you guys. The next one up is coming from Oranai. 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 Come out wherever you are. Let me see. Oh, there you are. You can stop the video when the fight is over. Is it a video? Is it oh, it's a game. Okay. Around the 7:45 mark. Okay. Okay, Oranai, here we go. Oranai is bringing a game, and this one's called Senua's Saga. Let's see what we got here. Stand by. Szechuan Saga? Is that Senua's Senua Saga? And the name of the track is Ingun. Ingun? Illtauga. I'm not even going to try to. Let's just go with it. I'm sure you guys know what it is, and I'm butchering the heck out of your favorite game or something. This is a boss fight of a recently released game. And there may not be an official soundtrack release yet, so I guess we're all going to hear this together. Oren, I thank you so much. I hope you're doing well. I hope you have good plans for the weekend so you can chill. Let's see what we got here. All right, let's do this for Oranai. All right. Get me in the mood with the sound design. Little storm coming in, whispering voice in purgatory. Kind of a Mongolian Tuvian vibe there. It's kind of giving me a little bit of the Heilung vibe. Did I say that right? Wow, this is a video game. Those visuals are insane.
Ingun. I know you. Remember.
You guys hear the little tonal drone in the background? Still there.
Her rage holds her here, trapped in her hell.
This is a great example of what I've talked about in the past. Listening to the music without sound design versus sound design and gameplay. How much more we can hear, we're obviously without sound design, but still, it's great to see it married into this. Kind of reminds me of Journey, where you had to hide behind things so the wind didn't blow you down.
Break her chains.
Wow, what incredible graphics. So the gameplay looks like you can't be where the light's exploding. I like the doubling down on the piano.
can help you.
Wow, this is great. As I was thinking it, Amon beat me to it, but I guess this track is set and the gameplay is set to the tempo, regardless of her actions.
I will break your chains.
Wow, this is intense. Okay, I got to stop this for a second. First of all, you know I'm a new gamer. I've only been doing it for a year, and the kind of games that I play, I haven't ever gotten into anything like this yet. So first of all, even though this is not a visual gaming review, my goodness, what graphics! That's unbelievable. And this is our YouTube upload of a video. It must be just even more insane from its natural FPS. I mean. Game card, what do you call it, GPU and all this sort of stuff, yada yada. Anyhow, so but musically though, that very beginning, like I said, it sounded like that band Heilung, and that's what it was calling to me. That's the only reference that I have for that kind of arrangements. And like I said also at the beginning of it, this is a unique experience for me. I don't get a lot of this where I'm actually asked to listen to music while there's gameplay going on. And to me, that is like the perfect marriage. Yes, I love to listen to music without banging things and explosions and stuff, because that's where we can hear the nuances, right? So, that's part of the joy of going, oh, can you hear that? But on the other hand, because of having that knowledge too, there's probably some things in the music I'm listening to here that I can't really get myself into because of the fact that there is these, competing tones with the sound design and everything that's going on in there. But I was thinking about it, and I subliminally was thinking the tempo of how the characters, or every time there's the explosion of maybe the lava fire or whatever it is that the character has to hide behind, that it's syncopated or it's timed in with the composition, regardless of where the character is. And I thought that was fantastic. And I like I said, I was picking up on it, but didn't make anything to say about it. Then Amon kicked in and doubled up on it. So I'm really loving this experience, Or and I. Oh, they did work on this game, so this could be. Oh, I see. Oh, they did work on the game. Okay, well, I wasn't too far off with my little brain.
I will not heal anymore. Gone forever.
There's still a drone back there. This is right around this note, but an octave lower. I see. Come on. Now, this particular part of it doesn't have necessarily any timed action.
I will free you from your hell.
isn't that a yoga pose? Sorry.
Senua. She is dying. Illtauga, she is in pain.
You can ease her pain. You know what to do.
1 a.m.
Give it to her.
Her baby.
She just wanted to protect what she loved.
What happens when you fail?
You break.
You become monstrous.
Consumed by rage.
Grief.
I love how they gave the whole mix at this point musically more of a lo-fi.
Let them rest. Together.
Together.
Together now.
God, I love that.
Let her rest.
It's time.
Sleep well. Inga. Silence.
She is gone now.
All the rage.
This music
All
is,
the fear.
All the grief.
it's got like a haunting lullaby vibe to it.
Died
I
with
love
her.
that.
You did it, Senua.
Now people will be free again.
You brought hope.
I think this was it, right, Oranai?
You think you have triumphed.
So, wow. I just loved every bit about that experience. It was the very first time I've ever seen music work, in tempo with, what the devs have done with their gaming physics and gameplay. I love the fact that Hilung, because they have in their performance and their artistic and creative arrangements and stuff, I've always heard their music in the past going, oh my God, would this not be the most epic kind of mystic storytelling gaming music? I guess maybe they've done a couple before this. I don't know the history of it, but I love the fact that they were either they're in the game at some point, whether or not that was them at the very beginning or their influence in the composition. I don't know. But once again, I mean, the one thing I want to say, I guess, sorry, Oren, I just went, spoiler warning, sorry. But for me, once again, it's just listening to a piece of music that's against scene, sound design, dialogue, or whatever's going on, that what ends up happening when this is done right, and I've told you before, one of the earliest things my dad ever taught me about composing music for film or any media is that you don't want to notice the music. You want it to all be a symbiotic audio power play. Whatever the texture of the media, where we are in a scene, a sad scene, a burial scene, a graduation scene, a haunted scene, whatever the case is. So I found myself watching the game, listening to the music, but then being completely absorbed with the sound design and everything as well. So in unison, it was just a great, great opportunity to watch something like this. So thank you so much, Oranai. That was really, really super cool. Right, exactly. It's wallpaper, but the thing is that it's all part of a bigger piece of work where that wallpaper is important, or the things that we just take for granted sometimes. But I will say music can make or break a scene as well. Okay, next up, Just Labs. This is for you. This is a band called VNV Nation. It's electronic. And let's see what we got here. I think Just Labs, you've been patiently waiting. I see you bebopping in and out of the chat. This is a track called Carbon. Let me read this really quick. Hey, Jeeves. Well, first of all, thank you for coming over here. I guess you've been a big YouTube subscriber, so thank you very much. I appreciate that. Okay, this song, I wanted to share this song with me. Oh, and I haven't reacted to as well. So of course I always love listening to music. Well, that's what this is about on Twitch. Trust this community here has given me music that is just like otherworldly for me to have listened to. So let's do this. All right, Just Labs. Let's see what you got for us. Oh, we have a fart redemption? Okay, I'll do that. I'm always suspect when I hear these little tracks start off really small in the middle. Like I'm gonna get freaked out where I feel like there's gonna be a jump scare somewhere. Plus the kick is telling me there's gonna be something else energetic coming. This part of the kick. This here. A little triplet thing by there.
Monuments in darkness, standing watch until the sun will rise, screaming to an emptiness. How we deified ourselves with our hands over our eyes, claiming all of creation. What inspires in us this madness?
There's got a little bit of that Trent Reznor thing going on there for sure.
By a light that can't be seen by anyone.
Thanks for reminding me.
What
Chris.
inspires in us this madness? Our existence should be defined by a light that we can see, the light that can't be seen.
Like those lyrics there. Sick. A complete dynamic build-up. I love that. That little mono noodling in the back is so fun. I might have pulled it back just a skosh in the mix.
Kill everything.
We do kill everything, don't we?
Someone see our self-destruction.
Yeah, Park Pal, I'm trying to pin what it sounds like.
Reminding ourselves that our existence is so delicate, that without this light we are no more, that without this light we've made we are no more.
That constant sweeping in that melody in that synth program. Nice pullback in the mix on this for the end. Slightly reminded me, that ending slightly reminded me of a little bit of like, you know, A Perfect Circle or what's the other name of the band? Not Tool, but his other band. I forgot what it is. Something that he might do in that. One of the things about that track that I found, Just Labs, that I found, like I had said before, God, I pull that little line back a little bit in the, you know, the synth line in the mix back a little bit, but because the singer was kind of singing in this pocket, you know, not really stretching a big zone in the melody, maybe staying within an octave and stuff. But the hook, that arrangement to me became such a strong hook that da 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 da, you know, and that's kind of the hypnotic aspect of the track for me, you know. And I was listening to the engineering and technique and stuff. It was just 10 months ago, so it's really recent. This once again is another part of this journey that I always talk about, which not only is the music extremely new to me, but the fact that these engineers and producers, or sometimes they're all in one artists, will take these creative liberties and do these things. This is the reason why, you know, when I listen to these tracks and then I think to myself, when I have these discussions about AI with other composers and producers and how it's going to change, it's going to ruin the music. No, it's not. What it's going to do, it's going to push people to be more creative like this. Take these unique chances. Write music that isn't obviously sterile sounding. I don't care. Yeah, maybe in 15 years, perhaps. But yet, how do you do something like this with AI? How would I be able to prompt something that make anywhere as sound as cool as this? Is because every day somebody's releasing something new with a new technique in engineering, songwriting, bending the rules a little bit, you know. And as long as we have people that still do that in all different styles, all different genres, AI will serve a certain group of people. It might take away from that really lower, you know, barrier to entry threshold of music that may not need to have the intense technicality, let's just say, with me playing my words safe so I don't get canceled here. But this is what tells me, no. Okay, yeah, I get the AI thing, but when a band like this takes these kind of chances and pushes these envelopes like this, this is where I feel like we're still in a safe zone. So, anyhow, that's just where I went with it. I go into my Obi-Wan Kajibski modes. You know, I sometimes step out of the can with my the cave from Star Wars, the very first one, with my lightsaber. Zzz, 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 zzz. Then I get peanut butter stuck in my mouth, and I just go on for a while. Sorry. No, I didn't. I didn't say that, Mason Gator. I just went music that maybe doesn't need to have a lot of flair and flex in it, you know, more lyric oriented, let's say, more melody oriented, but may not be focused on the engineering techniques. Trust me, I didn't say that. Allah, I can't win for losing. Oh, Mason Gator, you're the best. Okay, next up, how about Shotwell? Shotwell, are you in the house? Oh, wait a minute. Wait. Shotwell, look, even if you're in the house, stand up. I mean, you can pipe in, but I have to do a fart redemption. If you guys have never been here for fart redemption, just bear with me now, because somebody threw down 2,500 points and... Wait. Okay, so here we go. Name it. You guys not look. I always do this. So when that happens, you tell me what it flexes like. Is it a Dutch oven sounding fart? Is it the hamburger pinch fart? Here we go. What is that? I know everyone's going, what? This show is falling apart. Okay, that's good. Ivy creep, good. I like that. After cheesy fart, quado fire fart. Okay, side fart. How about this one? Ooh, with authority. You can kind of feel that. That's kind of you know, that was an over-tense sphinctorial moment, I think. Accidentally sharted. Okay, got a couple more, guys. Here we go. That sounds more like Old folks home lobby. Aman. No, don't say that. Quado just came out for a visit. You laughed so hard. Okay, here's the next one. Ooh, was that an exclamation at the end? I'm feeling that's more like, you know, you're walking up to your friend while he's drinking coffee and you're walking out of your Starbucks and you walk by it and you just kind of drop one of those. Okay, shit, biscuits, farts. Okay, here's another one. Now, we know what that is, right? We know exactly what that is. That is the pressed Dutch oven. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Here we go. Oh, that one's too close to home. I'm not even going to mention that one. Oh, shit. What is this stream has turned into? But that's what we have. We have fart redemption, guys. Here's another one. And that was the last one. Come on, guys. What was that one? Come on. In TikTok, I came across these videos. I guess it's called Call My Fart or something like that. Where it's actually a thing between husband and wives or boyfriends and girlfriends or partners and partners, whatever it may be. And, you know, you're living together after a while, you know. I was never allowed to fart in my own house because, you know, 2 daughters and the spouse. And, you know, they never did, and of course, you know. But I could see there's people, obviously, that can feel comfortable around themselves. So it's called Call My Fart or something. And so someone will say, call my fart. And the person will turn and go, and then they fart, and it gets close. I don't know. We have, our show, the show just went to the beans. It went to the beans. Garn, you're in a meeting? That's funny. That would be great. Turn it up. He goes, oh, I'm watching the stream where the guy's doing a fart box. Okay, guys. Let's go. Next up is Shotwell. Shotwell, if you're here, I didn't see you chime in, but we're going for you. This is is this a band? Yes, it's called Skyharbor. And, oh, there you are. Hey, Shotwell. Good to see you here. Everybody say hi to Shotwell. And he wants Skyharbor, which is a progressive band. So let's see what we got here. And this is called Catharsis. Keep up the great work, Jeeves. Oh, thank you. Very nice message you sent me. Ooh, atmospheric too as well. Okay, I look forward to it. All right. Let's go. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, I recognize the band Shotwell. Ooh, I love this. Are they swinging back between 7/8 and 5/4? Wow. God, I love this. That clean guitar pattern in the back is what's taking it over the top for me. The real crush for me too is also the cut time, you know, with the drums. magic is, there's always something holding down quarter notes. It could be a China symbol or something, but that's great. It's like a 7/8 spin there. I love that little high-end, slight high-end bite with the bass. I love this guitar pattern, the guitar pattern in the back. Very yes, though, but I love it. This little section does remind me of Changes, you know, from Yes. And I love his voice. See, the bass is starting to step up in the arrangement. That means some heat's probably going to come soon. Dang, that cymbal work. That, wow, I can't do that. I love that. Oh, they're going to give us a fade. Shotwell, that was a great track. And I guess, you know, this is kind of like an all-star lineup. How long was this project? Was this a single one-off project, or was this a band that lasted for a while, like a couple of other projects? Marty Friedman's solo in there, and everybody was piping in, you know, such a signature sound. But it's just like Marty and Kiko, you know, so much more in their toolbox of expression that occasionally will be sprinkled into some of the Megadeth work that was in there. But, you know, you kind of had to, you didn't want to go too far outside of the boxes, if you would, you know, for that. But when you hear artists like Marty do that kind of stuff, is coming from, especially, it just gives a whole different life to it. Like, it's almost like that side gig where they get to step out and have that kind of fun and be able to express that way. A lot of fun meter work in there. There were some banging shifts going on in there with the 7/8s and stuff. And I could have swore at the beginning there was a 7/8-5/4, but I couldn't. I get to a place where I just want to, I start to count, I try to figure it out, and then I go, I'm done. I just need to listen to the music and all that. And also through that whole track that I loved was there was always a clean guitar keeping some kind of tide, you know, not tide like low tide, high tide, but notes that are tied in a score. You know, they just constantly, this very clean sound that gave me, remember when I said, man, this really sounds like the song Changes from Yes. I think that was in Big Generator, I'm not too sure, or 902 678 912. What was the name of that one album? 91527, Owner of a Lonely Heart album. Anyhow, and also the vocals were just stunning. Beautiful intervals in a lot of the lines in there. But then, of course, when it came for the balls to hit the wall, you know, they smashed it with a sledgehammer. And so it was crushing. Let me see. Skyharbor only did 2 albums. I see. Oh, because, oh, right. So it's like an all-star. There was a couple of other ones, like who was the Foo Fighter drummer, and then some, you know, they had this side band, what's it called? Queen of the Stone Age or something, if I recall right, and all these people come together and they do a great thing, and then they got to dig back out, excuse me, to do, you know, what they're committed to do. So, all from New Delhi. Oh, wow. Oh, how cool. What a great backstory. I love that. That's what I love about this stream. I can learn on the fly here. That's what's really fun. You know, when I do my own little shop, you know, break-offs, or if I do one for the channels, I do my thing and I say hi and I get out and I do my thing. But it's fun to get background on the bands and stuff, and, you know, live streaming opinions, obviously. So, okay, what's next up? The Kebab Seller. I know the Kebab Seller is not here. He's going to be cashing in on this on the VOD channel. For those of you who are new, my mod's about to pop that up right now. The VOD channel on YouTube is where I take this stuff and dump it over there within about a week of the live stream. So you can catch it if you want to catch it. And also, one of my, he's very clandestine. But Turnip, one of our mods, is a monster about helping me with the chapters. Because sometimes these things, I just dropped one that's 3.5 hours long. I'm thinking I'm going to get blocked. Something's going wrong. I didn't get blocked. Knock on wood. So he goes in there and he custom tailors that chapter. So please, another hand for Turnip. Next up here for the Kebab Seller, this is a game called, I think I've done one from this game. You guys ever heard of Frostpunk? What kind of a game is Frostpunk? Is it a single-person shooter? Is it a puzzle? Is it a sandbox platform? What's it gonna be? Yes, Turnip works in the shadows. Okay. He likes it that he's lurking. So this is Frostpunk. And the name of the track we're doing from Frostpunk is A City Must Survive. So let's do this for the Kebab Seller. And the Kebab Seller, even though we don't get a chance to see you here because, you know, different time zones and everything, thank you so much for constantly bringing new music and filling up my coffee cup. I do appreciate it. All right. Here we go. All right. Oops. Bada bing. Bada bang. Okay. Skumbari shay yada bada bing. Bada bang. You know, hey, woo, I'm just saying. Whoop. Job opening. That's what I get. I'm trying to be slick. Frick la fala mama. those dark doubles. Rah, 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 rah. Trem strings, always getting your guts kind of clutched with that technique. That's what it's for. I love these solo instruments amongst the beastie banging part of the work. You'll hear these solo instruments kind of respond back and forth. That wasn't me. It went off on its own. Sorry, guys. I love how they brought us back down there and just gave us a second to breathe after the heaviness of the track. See, I love how that arrangement's like a single instrument. It's like a whole section. Kind of gives a voice to the character, even though I don't know the game. A little bit of a lift in the energy here. I love the ambiance of that space kind of vibe, which is really ironic because there's no sound in space. I mean, from what I understand. I mean, I've been up there, but not legally. But from what I understand, I guess from the people that go up there, there is no windy sound in space and vibe like that. Nonetheless, we get that kind of vibe in our heads when we think about ambience and stuff. One thing about this track, and I was really listening really hard, it's really become difficult for me to discern between live orchestral works. There's a part of me that wants to say that a good percentage of the bottom end and some of the things that were very bright, especially the trill strings and stuff like that, there was part of it that was so perfect, so clean, you know. And with my whatever experience that I have, let's just say, as an engineer, sometimes it's just really super hard to control these tones between the instrument and the mic, that air space and stuff like that. to make it as clean as you can get out of modules, you know. And I think, I'm not saying that modules were or were not used here, but I think for myself, this work I just did a couple weeks ago, I had to reproduce kind of a cable TV news bumper or stinger. And I actually, you know, searched for these specific bottom end strings that have this overbowed, you know, staccato kind of punch to it that I know that string players can get, but there's something about the cleanliness of that particular sound that doesn't kind of clutter up a little bit of a zone between the point of when the low end kicks in. There's always this little buttery section, I call it, to the side of those tones that are somewhat minus in, you know, direct modules. But I think there's such a fine line now. It's just really hard for me to define. And this isn't, what I'm saying has nothing to do with the arrangement was fantastic. It's just in my head as a composer, I'm going, oh my God, I love the abruptness of those particular modules, you know, and the playing and the structuring and everything. So, I mean, to have transitioned in my life, you know, from the 60s all the way to now and hear so many different changes in how composers can utilize, you know, modules or samplers back in the day, the S550 all the way to where we're at now, you know, it's just, sometimes it gets to be a bit. Okay, here's what we're going to do, guys. Stand by for a second. I'm going to do one more, and then I'm going to take a break, Wheel of Cheese. And then when I get back from Wheel of Cheese, so right now I'm going to do a song from Doc Doom. Doc, I hope you're with us. Then I'm going to do a Wheel of Cheese break. And then we'll come back with Kairu and Cycloid and Sinurwi and Papa Pankey and Linkinski and Fish Devil and Brexter. So I'm going to do one more for Doc Doom, take a little break, then we're going to get ready for a nice run for Wheel of Cheese, okay? And hang on, I want to see what, give me a second. And Lisa had mentioned something about her mixing in its bit depth. Oh, I see. Ah, nice inside slider for saying why it was 24-bit Karat gold tabs. Hey, that's pretty clever too. I like that. Okay, Doc Doom is present. Doc Doom, we're doing your band called Dead Letter Circus. Dead Letter Circus. And the name of your track is Say Your Prayers. So let's go. Dun, 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 dun. There it is. Okay. All right, Doc Doom, let's do this.
Tasted on the turning page, a vision of our burning hands held to the sun, free now from the shadow of one. Faces of the broken stare, unmoving as they meet the end. We will not run, free now from the shadow of one. Hurry back, they need it, more than we wanted. Our stone hearts bleeding, they won't break us now.
Oh,
We need it.
Burning Man then. Just kind of like an industrial metalish kind of vibe, yeah? What is the bass doing there? Sliding. Oh no, I didn't do that. I got to bring up something there. So I don't know if this is kind of an industrial metal kind of vibe, because there's obviously there's power where I just unfortunately stopped. But something that was really great about that last four measures was there was these great background vocals that really kind of put a little bit of a stamp on what the primary melody was. But it was so well done. It's so nicely tucked in there. Like you felt it move in the mix, even though there was punch going on in there, and it was very subtle, and it wasn't a blasting background vocal where they're really letting it up. So well done. I'm going to take it back just a little bit so we can hear that. Can you hear it? Wow, beautiful. Chris Squire, can I come in?
Shine one vision, one world defeated. There's another way. Yeah, shine your vision, yeah. World defeated. There's another way. Shine one vision,
I can't tell if that's a guitar. A lot of great things to listen to inside that track, engineering-wise as well. So it is, I guess, a little more proggy than it was industrial. I think sometimes I get confused in my way of listening to music that as soon as I hear synths that are a little more jacked and synthy, that are taking more of the lead in the mix, even though you can hear the supporting crunch guitar and the power of the metal and stuff in there, I get kind of confused with that sound. What's that band from? I guess there's that one band from Germany that's considered real industrial metal, very famous. I just can't remember their name. So it's like I think about it, I go, wait a minute, no, I shouldn't have said industrial because I think of that band. What was that German metal band that's really huge in their industrial metal? The Rammstein, yes, thank you very much. The engineering on the drums was absolutely fantastic. I love the isolation of the toms. So it's really kind of unique thing. I remember when I was younger, on a console, when I started off in the day, I had in Studio Sound in Studio City, we had an Ampeg 1300 2-inch, and we had the Harrison 36 analog console. And so I always loved whenever we'd put down the tape and stuff like that when the toms would be there, especially if it was a kit that had multiple toms, how you would just have it nicely panned out like this, but they'd each be mic'd by a 57 or a 58 or something, depending. Nowadays technology from tom miking has completely changed, or has advanced, not changed, advanced. A lot of people still go back to the 57s, the Sures, the 57s and the 58s and stuff like that, but now there's cymbals that are dedicated. Different mics now that can be dedicated in very unique ways. Matter of fact, I remember the snare, we'd put a 57 and then a Neumann 84 at the bottom. It was like a condenser mic that had the head part. You can actually move it this way a little bit and roll that back and forth. But yeah, those were the days. So when I hear toms like that, plus I was at the peak of my engineering during the Yes release of Owner of a Lonely Heart and then Big Generator albums. And so I was a huge fan of the engineering on that because they were so delicate with that. And so in my head, when I hear tracks like this too, automatically I kind of lean into that, you know, kind of vibe and everything. So, but yeah, oh my goodness. What an old setup, right, guys? Ugh, I remember so much about, it's nice. That's what this journey does for me, guys, is that when I listen to bands like this, it's like helping me relive and nostalgically go back into the days and be able to, you know, I have not engineered a project in front of a console. I've done a couple out here in Hawaii, but not to this capacity. A lot of times overdubs, but not basic tracks. And I don't think I've done anything in basic tracks in front of a console, you know, and having that experience. You know, if you know, you walk into a studio, you got the beast in front of you, you know. There was a studio in Sherman Oaks called Lighthouse. That was a badass 2-room studio. And they had the Stooters. And they had 2 Stooters synced up. So I'd have to say in the late 90s was the last time I got myself in front of a console, you know, roll the chair up and go, whoa, you know, and go through the whole journey of the SSL series and all that sort of stuff. Anyhow, there I go, blah, 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 blah.